Hello everybody, this is Michelle Fox and welcome back to Quick Tip Friday. Today I'm going to be sharing 5 tips on how to better organize and use your ironing station. Behind me is my ironing station, and you don't always see that when I'm filming because I am usually filming there with my table and I move my ironing board out of the way. But this is how my setup looks when I'm quilting day to day. I have my ironing board here, which is right behind my sewing machine where I keep my sewing machine, and then I have a little cart here that holds my ironing board equipment, and then right down below are 2 jugs. One is my best press and one is my distilled water. So tip number 1 is to keep your ironing station equipment right next to your ironing board. And as you can see my jug of best press and my jug of distilled water, my little cart that holds my clappers, and my other ironing board equipment. And of course, it's right next to my iron. Okay, now tip number 2 is to keep a little pair of snips right next to your ironing board. And as you all know, I put one of these little command hooks and a pair of little snips on my sewing machine. And the other day I was needing to cut some strings off as I was pressing, and I thought I'm going to add that right there by my ironing station. And I think this is going to work out really great. So be sure you have a little pair of scissors. Now let me show you a few things that are in my ironing bucket. Tip number 3 is to put your tape measure, or put a tape measure. I'm sure you have more than one in your quilt room. Put your tape measure in one of those recycled gum containers that I have mentioned before, and just toss that in your bucket. It's going to help keep your tape measure organized and in one spot, and it's not going to be stretched out all over everywhere. Now tip number 4 is to label your iron measuring cup or watering cup. And I've never done this until recently, and the reason I wanted to be sure to label them is because I have several irons, and the ironing cups are made specifically for the iron. For example, this is for my Oliso iron, and it takes 2 of these to fill my iron right up to the max fill line. 2 of these. So this is specifically made for my Jenny iron, and I use 1 cup of distilled water, which I get right down there, and 1 cup of tap water. So again, label your measuring cups. Then if you run across one that has the label on it and you realize you've thrown that iron away months ago, you can also get rid of that little measuring cup. So tip number 4 is to label your ironing measuring cups as soon as you get that new iron out of the box. Tip number 5 is to put and keep a sticky roller in your ironing board tub, because these work great for cleaning your ironing board once you have all those strings on it, and it's just right here so you don't have things scattered all over your quilt room, and when you need them, they're right there. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, please share with a friend, and as always, leave a comment. I love to get the comments and try to reply to each and every one. So until next time, have fun quilting.